Evening. Good evening. Evening. Good evening.
It worked.
Yes, I'm like, what's going on? I don't know.
It worked. I'm just going to share it on my page. I know you tagged me in it. Awesome sauce. How are
Okay,
you this
bet.
evening?
All right.
Let's see. Would you say you're hot?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it worked on my end, so good. What's going on, Sue Ham?
Oh, man, I'm excited to be here. How about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. All is well. All is
Good
well.
deal. Good deal. Listen, I just want to thank you for taking time out of your day, your evening rather, to do this for me.
Yeah,
Let's talk to the people a little bit about what's going down. Is it July 1st?
July 1st. Yes.
Woo, woo, right around the
Like
corner here.
7 days away. Yeah,
It is 7 days away. Wow.
yeah.
Well, for those of you who don't know, my name is Solandia Hammond, also known as Sue Ham Baby.
Yes.
And I'm an author, a writer, and a motivational speaker here in Williamsburg County in King Street, South Carolina. And today we have the intelligent, honest, bright. She's an author. How many books? 8 books now? 9 books?
Ma'am, 12.
Oh, okay.
No,
Uh,
no,
now
12.
you ain't playing. Wait, Jesus, wasn't it just 8 last year?
No, 12.
Okay, so when was okay? Well, we
Right.
have the author of 12 books, so that shows you that this was not an accident. She knows what she's doing.
Right.
Miss Tanisha, I like to say bestseller Johnson, because that's what you label yourself as, bestseller
Yeah.
Johnson. So I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Listen, Tanisha, take a moment to tell people about who you are. I just gave them a brief introduction, but tell them about who you are and what you do, and have at it.
Yeah. So I like to say an entrepreneur because I'm a full-time author, full-time writer, full-time editor, playwright. You and I met through plays. Like
Yes,
we met through
yes.
Urban Playwrights United. So shout out to UPU. But yeah, playwright, book coach, although I hate the term coach, I'm so much more than that. I'm literally in the game with people helping them write their books. So whatever you call that, I'm that. I'm a mother. I'm an only child. I'm a wife. All of that. So that's me in a nutshell. But I've had the business like 11 years now. But I've been in journalism, writing editorial for more than 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did you also say speaker and that you do the conferences?
absolute. See, yeah, that part. Yeah, yeah. So
Well, tell them. Tell them.
yeah, yeah. So the Red Ink Conference is an annual conference for aspiring writers, authors, editors, bloggers, all of that good stuff. It's usually in 2 cities. Sue Ham has been. Did you come to Atlanta or Charlotte?
I was in both Atlanta and
Right,
Charlotte.
right. Okay. So
Yeah.
so Sue Ham was with me in Atlanta and Charlotte. I'll probably take it back to Atlanta in a couple of years. But it's amazing. God has blessed me to take it to 2 cities per year. So last year we did Chicago and Charlotte. And this year, of course,
Eh,
is back home in Detroit. So
Good deal. I was just gonna say, tell the people where you're based out of,
yeah,
because that's the beauty of the internet and making connections online. How you can take them offline. Because she's in Detroit, I'm in South Carolina.
right.
We met online, and here it is. We've worked together twice already.
Yeah,
Well, but you've also written log lines for me, synopsis for me.
yeah.
And when I tell you that this woman is a wordsmith, y'all, it's unbelievable. I was like, wrote my biography for me, no, bio for me.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm like, who's this lady she's talking about? Is
Right,
that me?
right.
So phenomenal. Well, the reason why we have you on here is because I know how great you are and the great things that you do, and you're such a woman of service. You give to so many people,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And that is a big part of my platform, is helping people to live their dreams. And Tanisha, I can't even begin to tell you how many people walk up to me, Sue, help me write a book. How do I write a book? How do I publish the book? And they think that that's all there is.
Yeah.
They don't think about after the book. And so for me, I'm like, man, I like to teach and share stuff, but I really just don't want to get down to the nitty gritty of that.
Yeah.
I know someone who can.
Yeah. It's so
right.
much,
I know.
It's so much to it. And people think, listen, it's about the book, but it's not about the book. Like the book is just a gateway. The book is just like a key to unlock opportunities. I tell people that all the time. It's just a key. And if you use it as just a key and a calling card or a business card to unlock opportunities or the network, the opportunities are endless. I like to tell people there are at least 7 to 12 streams of income tied to one book. Now, I got 12, but of course, I don't have the marketing team to implement all the stuff that I could be doing with every book.
But at least you have those streams. And from, the things that I've read, most millionaires have between 7 to 10 streams of income.
That's
so
right.
if one book can do that, you're well on your way to becoming a millionaire.
Yes.
If you're consistent with working those streams. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this interview, or not interview, just chat with you and to talk about a class that we have coming up on July 1st. Book, brand,
Yes,
and bestseller.
yes.
All right. Now, first of all, I love the B's, right? I was in the Marine Corps, so I love like acronyms and stuff like that. I'm like book, brand, and bestseller. Most people, when they're thinking about a book, they're not thinking about branding.
Right.
What can people expect to learn in this class as far as taking their books and letting that be their branding card?
So we're definitely going to talk about how to get the book done in record time. I tell my clients it takes 9 months max for a baby to be born. It should not take 9 months for you to write a book. Definitely not 9 years, 10 years. Y'all taking too long to write one book. Come on now, in 10 years, you can have 10 babies. Come on. So birth the book. It don't take that long. But I also tell people when you write the book, you open a business, and a lot of people don't look at it like that. They look at it as, oh, I just wrote a little book. And I don't let my clients call their book little. Even if it's small in stature, I don't let them call their projects little. Because if you feel like it's little, consumers are going to consider it to be little. So I don't let people call their projects little. So I tell them, you just birthed a brand. You just birthed a book, but you just birthed a brand and a business, and you need to treat it as such. You need to keep the financials separately because you got to buy more books. When you start speaking engagements, and here's the thing, a lot of authors don't like speaking, but it comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. So, we want to be behind the scenes because we're creative and we just don't want to be seen. But then eventually people are going to pull on you and they're going to pull you to the front. Yeah.
And that is so good. I love how you say if you're an author, you're basically a speaker. Because here's the thing. Here's what I can tell you from experience, and maybe you've experienced it as well.
Yeah.
I can say, hey, I got my books, get my books. And people will not even hear me. But if I'm on the stage and I'm speaking, and then I come off that stage, I'm selling out of all my books.
Yeah.
Because of what I just said and how I delivered it on that stage.
That's the key. And so, Suham, I tell people, I'm like, what problem does your book solve? So if your book is on overcoming depression or overcoming marital problems, if it's on finances, whatever it is, you become the spokesperson for that topic, whether you want to or not. So part of like one of my books, I wrote about molestation. So now I'm doing events for women who've been molested. Whether I want to or not, I became the poster for that. Now I'm called to that. It's a burden of mine. So whatever you're burdened with, write a book about that, because you solve a problem for somebody. You have to solve a problem for somebody, and they'll pay you big money for it over and over again because you solve a problem.
And I love how you took that and turned it into a stream of income by making it an event.
Yeah.
Did y'all get that? Y'all got that tip for free. I'm looking. We got about 20. It says 22 viewers on Facebook over here.
Yeah.
So y'all got that tip for free. I want y'all to know that. You didn't have to take the class.
Yeah.
Tanisha, how long ago did you first write your first book?
So 100 Words of Encouragement came out in 2010.
Uh-oh, you were breaking up during that. Say that again. It came out.
Hold on. 100 Words.
Okay. 100
Words of Encouragement came out in 2010.
Wow. So not that long ago, 10 years ago, and you've written 12. So if we were to do an average, one book a year.
Well, in 2014, I wrote like 3 at once. So that's
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you little humble brag right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what you basically saying to me and to everyone who's watching, get off the couch
Get
and
off the
write
couch.
your book.
Yeah.
Right. You said something that really stuck out for me. You said, don't call your book little.
Yeah.
I wrote a book. When did I write this book? I think it was 2012. 73 pages. And I have to tell you, subconsciously, I was like, oh, this book is too small. The cover was ugly. And I was like, oh, it's just not going to do well. I call it the Black Ugly Book.
Yeah.
It was a story of my life at the time. And believe it or not, that book did well. That book opened up the doors for me to be able to get speaking engagements. It opened up the door for me to get on radio, to get on TV, and to just really develop as a speaker.
Yeah.
But more importantly than that, those 73 pages inspired people beyond belief. I got so many testimonies that people were like, yo, I was suicidal when I read your book and I became inspired.
See?
I was working a dead-end job I detest, read your book, read what you went through, and I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to put plans in place to strategically exit this job without hurting my family financially.
Yes.
And I was just like, whoa.
Yes.
So it's not about how much you have to say, it's what you have to say.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
I do. And I tell people, don't get caught up in the page count. Don't get caught up in page count. Don't get caught up in how big the book is, how little the book is. We live in a fast-paced society. People aren't reading 300-page books.
No.
They're not.
No.
Yeah.
And they're not trying to listen to 8 and 15-hour audio books either.
No. Listen, as much as I love Michelle Obama, this intimidates me. This thing is thick. I'm like, wait, Michelle.
Listen, I bought the audio book when it first came out and haven't listened to it yet because I'm like, whoa, I gotta devote this much time?
Yeah. Yeah. I love Michelle Obama, but I'm like, I gotta make this in sound bites, Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I mean, let's talk about the class, guys. So I wanted to enlist my friend's help, Tanisha. One, because she's a friend. Number two, I know that she's all about excellence.
Yes.
And anybody that I partner with, that's what I'm looking for, is total excellence. And three, because she's an expert in the field. She's not somebody who tells you how to do it. She does it.
Yeah.
And that's important to me.
Yes.
That's very important to me. And so what we decided to do was put together a class. And I don't want people to be judgmental about the price. The price is only $10. And here's the reason why we're doing that. Because
they gonna get on your head about that.
$10, you can go pick up cans, right? For 3 days and make $10, right? You can borrow $10.
And here's the thing, Ham, if they jump on the whole video, they're probably gonna make anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 if they do what we said for $10.
For $10. Yeah. And the reason why we wanted to make it a frugal, effective, cost-effective price is because we basically, essentially wanted to eliminate any excuse that anyone has who wants to write, publish, sell, and brand themselves with their books.
Right.
Other than giving it to you free. And I've learned that everything shouldn't be free because then there's no investment. Right. And believe it or not, I've had people reach out to me trying to get it for free. And I said, I'm sorry, but you have to. Yeah, I was like, you got to love yourself enough. Wow. To find $10. Be creative enough to find $10. There's something you could do to get $10. That's not illegal. That's not unethical and unmoral. Okay. Yeah. To get $10. And wow. But that's the reason. That's the reason why we're making it that price. And just from the little bit of information you've given us, guys, if you haven't already enlisted in that course, you should go there right now. suham.com/events. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me put it on there. Yeah. Tell us what else we can look to learn from this course, Tanisha.
So we're definitely going to talk about multiple streams of income from one book. I kind of mentioned that at the beginning. If we get into it, we'll talk a bit about covers. Definitely not putting your face on the cover. Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about the editing process, the self-publishing process, all of those things. There's no way we can cover everything in like a 2-hour window, but I'm going to give you as much as I've got in that 2 hours. And then you got to implement. Sadly, you know what? A lot of people
That's
don't
it.
implement. They get the knowledge, they get the wisdom, and they don't do anything with it.
Exactly. They're constant learners, but they fail to do. There was when I was doing internet marketing real heavily, there was a famous saying that we always had, and it was learn some, do some, teach some.
Yes.
And I promise you, if you incorporate that into your lifestyle and live by that, you would never have to worry about where the money is going to come from or resources, because you will help so many people
Yes.
to the point that anytime you need something, people will be at your beck and call.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's learn some, do some, and teach some. And
And
your life
what?
will.
You know what, Sue? So on this
Mhm.
on this webinar, before I launch the other webinar, there will be a webinar called How to Write a Book Without Writing a Word. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'll release some of the tips on this live for $10. Now, when I do the webinar, it's not $10.
Right. Right. I was looking at one of yours, how to start a publishing company, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not $10.
Nah. It ain't even a couple of $10.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to be real serious about it. But here's the thing. If you start a publishing company, you can charge anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 a client. So my investment price is real low compared to what you're going to make.
And that's the whole thing. I try to get people to understand this. It's not with me trying to sell my courses or anything, because I'm going to be all right. Really, I really want to help people, mass amount of people. And I always try to tell people, you invest thousands of dollars into college, and most times you come out not getting a job, or either not getting a job in the discipline that you went to college for.
Right.
So why wouldn't you invest $10, $100, $500, $1,000, $2,500 into a course that is going to turn around, if you apply yourself and work it consistently,
right,
that can connect you the money that you would spend for a college education? You know, so I tell people all the time, the biggest investment is you. Other than giving this class away for free, $10 is free.
$10 is free.
$10 is free. Okay, I see somebody saying, I think somebody has a question.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No, they say, I just love this Melissa Robinson says, I just love this information that you were giving out. And people are laughing at us, having fun with us. Got about 24 people on the live with us.
Yeah, but, so I would say take some bottles back. You know, ask somebody, listen, if I get somebody to cash at me money for Popeyes, y'all can get money. Y'all can get money for $10 for this webinar.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. For y'all who want to know about fundraising.
Yes.
Popeyes. Right. I tend to think I'm a pretty good fundraiser, right? But I'm usually fundraising for, you know, efforts like the community and whatnot. Nope. Tanisha fundraises for lunch, for Popeyes.
Yes.
To not for Popeyes to do something extravagant, but for her to go to lunch, to have lunch. And she gets money. So, wow, if she can do that, then you can fundraise, get somebody to cash app you the money to take the classes that you need to invest in yourself. And that is funny. Yeah. Nicole says she's registered. Awesome, Nicole. We'll see you there in a few days.
Awesome. Yeah, Nicole's one of my publishing clients. She just published her book.
Congrats, Nicole. Yep. Congrats. Yep. Congrats. You know, let's talk about self-publishing. I remember when back in the day, right? Not everyone, but a vast majority of people used to think, where do you register? Nidra, you can go to, and I hope I said your name right. You can go to suham.com/events, and I'll drop it in there. But I remember back in the day, right? A lot of people used to frown upon self-publishing, and now that is the way to go, or either going with establishing a company like yourself.
Right.
And when I say that, you don't have to have these big publishing companies who are not going to look at you anyways,
right?
Because you're not a celebrity,
right?
You're not a celebrity, or either you haven't been on a major television network where your story has been told and it's really got massive appeal,
right?
So what drew you to the self-publishing world, and what made you want to? Because let's talk about the class you have coming up for anyone who wants to launch their own publishing company. What made you want to go that route and to teach other people how to do that?
So I pretty much didn't have a choice, Suham. Like, I wanted to get my work out into the earth, and I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to wait. Here's the thing. When you go with a traditional publisher, You don't know when your book is going to be released. They're determining all of that. So it may get pushed back. It may be next year. It may be next month. You just don't know. And I was ready to release my book, and I wanted all of the royalties. I wanted full control over the design and all of that. So I was like, I'll just self-publish. And I did it in excellence. So eventually, I don't even know right now that I want to be picked up by a big-time publisher, because I've done it by myself for so long.
So it's like cutting out the middleman, so to speak.
Yeah.
And not that I have a problem with the middleman, but I love the fact that now with computers and technology and software and applications, it's really been made really difficult for anyone to have an excuse as to why they can't achieve the things that they want to achieve.
Right.
And I love the fact that you're coming in this class to talk about those things and how you can make it happen. Because believe it or not, Tanisha, there are a lot of people that think the dream of becoming an author is still elusive. They think it's not going to happen for them because they don't have $20, $30, $50, $100,000 to do it.
Don't have to.
And you don't have to, guys. And that is the beauty of this class with extraordinaire Miss Tanisha Bestseller Johnson.
Yeah.
Is she's gonna let you know exactly what is required to get your books out. So let's talk about it. Okay, we got our book, right? We've written the book.
Yep.
We've published it. We're establishing our brands. You know, most of us be like, I got the book. I'm gonna sell 1,000 copies the first day. Whew.
Cricket.
And
cricket.
Will you propose some type of plan to tell people how to move books before they're published and even after they're published? Will you talk about that in this class, or is that something that they need to get a little extra help on with you in another class?
So me and a colleague are actually working on a product called the 30-day marketing plan for the self-publishing author. So that will be that'll be available for purchase, but I'll cover some of those. I won't cover all 30 on the Zoom, but yeah, we'll get. Then, you know, just for now, I tell people you should be marketing 6 months out before you plan to release your book. 6 months.
6 months out. Wow.
Yeah. So while I'm still writing, like I was still writing Overcoming the Fear Factor, which is about my transition from corporate America to entrepreneurship. That book won awards and I wasn't even done writing it yet.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. And I remember seeing that on your social media pages.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, I was blown away. And it just kind of reminded me of, like, if you're writing a script for a movie and, you know, the studios, they pick up your script, then, well, you haven't even finished the script. They're paying you for the idea.
Yes.
Initially.
Yes.
And so essentially that's what was happening for you. You were winning awards and cash awards too, if I remember correctly.
Cash awards. So the first award was 150, then 200, because they only require that you submit 20 pages. Well, I had wrote like 25 pages. I was good.
Wow.
It
Book
wasn't done yet, though. It wasn't done.
Let's talk about the benefits of being an author, right? Go back into the branding. Once you have that book, it is true that people look at you as an expert now. That's what they brand you, right?
Yes, you become an expert. Yep.
And so you get more exposure. Tell me, let's talk about how easy it is for you now to get in a newspaper, to get in a magazine, to get on TV, and to get on radio because of the books that you've written.
So definitely, I still tell people they need a press release, they need a media kit, you know, all of those media type pieces. But again, because I've branded 10 years of the business, 10 years of books, locally at least, and nationally, I'm pretty well known in Atlanta too. You know, people, they call me. I got to go to Costa Rica in February before COVID.
Wow.
To teach at a writer's retreat, all expense paid, villa paid for, meals paid for, flight paid for, and I got paid to speak. She watched me on Facebook for 2 years and never said a thing. Never said a thing. Just watched me post for 2 years. So don't be posting stupid stuff and cursing and fights, and you never know who's watching.
So then would you say consistency is important?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't even know that, my friend. I had no idea that you got this gig from somebody who had been watching you for 2 years.
2 years.
And what they were doing, listening to the audience, whether you know it or not, is they were vetting her.
Yeah.
To see if she was really who she said she was.
Yeah.
And and that's what I tell people, you got to be consistent with excellence, and you got to be consistent with giving out the information, because there are people watching you and waiting in the wings to assist you, but as soon as you look as if you're phony or you're not who you say you're going to be,
Yep.
they're going to pass on by you.
Yeah. To the point she was like, I don't want to partner with anyone else but you. We're doing it twice a year in Costa Rica now, every year. Yeah.
She sure she don't want nobody else to come in? She don't,
let me put
she don't want to look. I mean, I'm just saying, right? Yeah. Right, Nicole? Nicole said right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, listen, I know I've had you on here, I think about 20, 25 minutes. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I mean, you might be working on 3, 4, 5 of the books.
I am. So I'll release.
I was only joking.
I'll release 3. No, really. I'm about to release 3 books this summer. 3 books.
I promise you, you got me feeling like I'm not working hard enough right now. For real.
You working hard.
And I'm like,
you just ran for office.
I feel like I'm on vacation. I need to look. I got to get back in the game. Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah.
But I love it. You're very passionate about what you do, and it's evident because of the work, the content that you produce.
Yes.
So they say you tell the fruit by its tree. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Or you told the tree. Y'all figure it out. What I'm saying is that Tanisha is the real deal, and I'm excited that you will be teaching this class on July 1st, and I'm super duper excited that you have decided to partner with me to extend it for $10. The investment is $10. $10. And I'm saying that because I don't want to insult the expertise that you bring to this, and that's why I'm explaining this price, is because we want to help as many people as we can, eliminate the excuse as to why you don't have your book written already.
Yes. So listen, it won't be on Facebook Live. We're not just giving the content away. You have to register. It's on a private Zoom. It will not be recorded for $10. For $10, you don't get the recording. I'm sorry.
No,
you don't.
And I asked her, and she said no. I said I'm good with it, because at the end of the day, now if Tanisha decides at a later date to release it, the recording for $150, then that's on her.
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you is, you got a chance to get in and talk to her and ask questions and do this thing live for $10. So all I can tell you is to bring your pen and paper and take copious notes.
All right.
Did you like that word?
Let's do it.
Did you like that word, copious?
I'm using that in my next book.
Well, listen, I thank you for your generosity with your time and your expertise, my friend. I look forward to doing more great things with you, and I look forward to the class on July 1st. Any last words? Tell people how they can reach you.
Yeah, most definitely. So those who don't know me, you can reach me. My business website is soitiswritten.net. The name of the company is So It Is Written. You can get my books and my business services there. Facebook, you guys are on my Facebook Live now, but Instagram is Mrs. Tanita. LinkedIn is, Tanita Johnson. I am on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like Facebook now. I like LinkedIn. So, yeah.
It really is. And I always say Tanita. But I remember you told me it's okay, either or. Either or.
Right. It's a long story.
Well, I'm going to say Tanita from now on, because you say Tanita. So I'm going to follow the leader. All right.
And I say both, which is crazy. But when my husband is mad with me, it might be Tanisha. But other than that, it's Tanita.
Tanita. So I'm gonna ask real quick for anybody. Do you have any questions? I would like to join it. What's the link? The link, Kelly, is suham.com/events, and I'm gonna drop that below the video. We're gonna entertain just a couple of questions, and then we're gonna let Tanita go.
All right.
Because she says she got 3-4 books to pump out this year. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but let me put this out there. It's June.
It's coming. Oh, it's
23rd.
Coming. Yeah.
And she's talking about, all right, real quick, while somebody may be asking a question or not asking a question, what is the fastest you produced a book? I don't think I asked that question. What is the fastest you produced a book?
The fastest I produced a book is, probably 2 months, 60 days.
60 days?
60 days.
All right.
So that was
60 days.
That was actually 100 Words of Encouragement, Part 2, Driven to Dream, which for Facebook posts transcribed. Can you hear me?
All right, I'm sorry.
I was like, what you doing?
There was an incoming call. I should have put it on airplane mode. So you said, how long did it take you to produce that book? 60 days?
60 days.
All right, what about the devotional book? You have a devotional book where you've done it in like 30 days, right?
So I teach people how to write devotionals in 48 hours.
Okay, I dropped it. And I don't know why I should be surprised, because I've written a full stage play script in like 36 hours.
Yeah.
First draft.
Yeah.
First draft. So guys, listen, you're talking to two people who are not going to take your excuses.
No.
We're just get them out of the way. No. I don't want to hear that I don't know a major marketing company. I don't know a major publishing company. I don't have the time. Tanisha's teaching you how to write a devotional in 48 hours. Yeah. I've written a stage play in 36 hours. So anything is possible to the one who believes and who sits down and does the work.
So you know what's sad is, Suham, I've done that webinar twice now. The first time I had 55 people. The second time I think I had 45 people. People don't do the work because I get.
Wait a minute. So you're talking about, that's what, 100 people. 100 people and no one has produced any devotionals?
6 or 7.
Oh, wow.
So I give them the formula. I tell them what to do. They get to ask questions. It's usually, it's like a 2-hour teaching for like $49. People don't implement. I give them discounts on the bio, discounts on editing. Get it done by the end of the week. Send it to me and you'll get a discount on editing. They don't.
Wow. Like you said, people won't implement. It's like you can have all the knowledge in the world. One of my teachers told me, because they would tell me something, they were like, and I'm like, I know. And they're like, I'm like, I know. And then they said, do you really know? Because if you really knew, then you would do it.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'll drop the pin on that, and we're going to go ahead and drop the pin on this interview.
Yes.
So listen, guys, if you know, then you should do. Go ahead and register for this class at suham.com/events. Reach out to my girl, Tanita Johnson. She is amazing, does amazing stuff. And we hope to see you in the class on July 1st. Thank you so much, sweetheart. We appreciate you.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night.